Welcome everybody. Today we're going to be looking at what AI has generated Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope as two humans, what they would look like if they were dogs. And I wanted to make this a pretty solid case study, right? So I had to do 4 different pictures, a total of 6 pictures. I did 2 pictures with them together, one with paint and one without paint. And then I did Shaggy and Jay separate with and without paint, of a total of 6 pictures for AI to generate to kind of give a broad range of what did it do. Did it make Jay look the same in every picture? Did it make them look like different dogs? We can get a kind of broad sense of what it did. And from what I've noticed, it made Jay very similar in every picture. It's the same kind of dog, but with Shaggy, it kind of made him different, and it's interesting to do. So we're gonna get into this and see what you guys think. If you notice anything in any of these pictures that I didn't point out, please point out. This is the first picture, and this is them without paint. Make my picture a little bit smaller for you. And I noticed that it kept the chain the same, the shirts the same. It switched the mic in Violent J's hand, but overall it just kind of made Violent J more of a heavier set dog. And something else to keep in mind is Shaggy 2 Dope human is like rocking out, right? He's got the hand gesture, he's rocking out. But Shaggy 2 Dope, the dog, has 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. So they made Shaggy a little bit more kinkier than he even was in the last picture. And I thought that was really interesting that AI would do that intentionally when I did not prompt it. The only prompt that I gave it was to generate an image of these 2 men if they were dogs. And that was the command I gave it for every single thing. So everything it did on its own. It did give this Hatchet Man back here too its own name, a crown with a RAC. If anybody has any idea what that might be. I did change the tattoos up a little bit, but I thought that was really interesting. Why it would give this a name and why those letters if it's just random. And why would it make Shaggy have this hand gesture? Okay, moving on to this picture. It's the 2 of them painted up, and we're going to see how it compares to the last one. Oh, isn't that cute? Look at Jay. Something you'll notice across the board here when they generate images of Violent J as a dog, they give him that pink polka dot freckled look around his lips. I don't know why it did it just to Jay, but I think it's hilarious. They gave Jay a dog hand, but not Shaggy. So here's the before. They did change the necklaces on this one. Thought that was interesting. And it changed Shaggy's watch into a charm bracelet. But I think it did pretty good about the face paint. It gave Shaggy Jay's face paint. So they have matching face paint here. It's kind of cute. And of course they made him a little heftier over here. But I think this one's a good one. This one's probably one of my favorites. Other than I feel like something's missing right here. This needs touched at. But this is pretty good. I feel like this is a good representation. And this is probably my favorite picture. Moving on. We're going to do Violent J just by himself without paint. And here's what AI generated. It did keep the J tattoo on his hand, but instead of these, it gave him a T. So I wonder what JT means. And then it just kind of messed up his face tattoos a little bit. But it kept his shirt pretty good. ROC. That's pretty accurate. And he gave him a little fruff up here. And I noticed too, it did that to all of Violent J's, is kind of give him a little frizzy hair on top. But not bad, not bad. Next we're going to do Shaggy 2 Dope without any face paint. This was hard to find a good picture that was not going to be blurry that AI could really utilize. Okay. I like the graffiti behind here because if you guys know, Shaggy used to do graffiti. I don't know if he still does, but he used to do some graffiti artwork. it did change his Hatchet Man charm into a little paw print. I think that's so cute. I'm not sure what these tattoos are, or they're just absolute gibberish. But it got rid of his wedding ring. I don't know what AI is doing, man, but he have no rings on. Kept his cigarette. Kept his headphones, got rid of his hat. Yeah, this one's pretty good too. This one, I think too, because of the graffiti, like, I don't know if that was just random or if AI has some stored information about ICP. That would be kind of cool. Moving on, we have Violent J with face paint on. And I tried to get a skinnier version of Jay. Jay's weight has fluctuated for many, many years. So I wanted to make sure when I was doing this experiment that I got a couple different size pictures of him throughout his life and his health journey. It still made him overweight. Like, I don't get if, like, that is just AI is going to do that across the board. But it still made him overweight. And I was kind of upset about that. Because I was hoping to see if it would make the dogs look different or not. And it didn't. Like, this is the same type of bulldog breed of dog for Violent J, and it just gave him the same dog. It did give him earrings. It kept his earrings. He still has a little frizz up on top and the little pink freckles, but it still made him, like, and this is a very sharp jawline for this picture. So I was like, oh, it'll probably do something similar to what it's been doing for Shaggy, but nope. It made him a hefty bulldog again. So I think that definitely there is something to the images that you give to AI. There is some, it takes a lot of information from that, right? But I think there has to be something else on the other end that it is using to kind of determine how to generate these images, because if it was using just what I gave it, it would not have come up with this. So I just think that that's kind of interesting. It changes face paint a little bit too, because that's the other thing. This was a picture where this is not Jay's normal face paint, and that's intentionally why I chose this, because it's a skinnier version of him, and it's not his typical face paint, and it still gave him a very Jay face paint, if you know what I'm saying. Next, we'll do Shaggy, and this is with face paint, and it completely messed up his face paint. I don't know what is going on here. I feel like it didn't even try on this one, honestly. Like, I feel like AI just didn't even try. He didn't give him any tattoos. No earrings. That would have been cute. And this face paint, like, this to me does not look like Shaggy at all. So I would say my favorite and most accurate AI representation of what ICP would look like as dogs is this picture right here. Because I know Shaggy's face paint isn't exact, but I think that you could look at this and you would know exactly who it is, especially with this tank top that Shaggy's wearing is classic too for his image. I just wish that these were little hatchet men, and I feel like it would be perfect. So let me know in the comments down below what kind of AI generation videos you would like to see next. I am having so much fun doing AI stuff, and I want to know some video suggestions for you guys that you guys would be interested in. And if you've seen something in one of these pictures I didn't catch, then definitely comment it down below. I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day. I'll see you later.